Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up out of your sleep. Wake, the Lord told me to tell you, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake. Stop crying and wake up. Stop worrying and wake up. Stop fretting. God's getting ready. Get ready, ready. Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake. Stop crying and wake up. Stop worrying and wake up. Stop fretting. God's getting ready. Get ready, ready. Wake up! Get on up them steps. Get on up them steps. Get on up them steps.
What's good, y'all? I hope y'all woke up. Y'all woke yet? Y'all woke? Y'all get on up. It's for those of you that are on East Coast time, it's 8 o'clock. Central time is 7 o'clock. And West Coast time is 5 o'clock, I believe. No, sorry, 6 o'clock Central. But anyway, welcome to One Nation. I missed y'all. Last week I was on another podcast. My friend Tina Sanders. I was with her last week. But now I'm back with y'all. I missed y'all. Hope y'all missed me. And we're here as usual on our regularly scheduled time, regularly scheduled program. And I got a few things that I want to talk to you about tonight. Of course, we're going to be talking about uh, case with Breonna Taylor. We're going to go into that in a little bit. And also, uh, things that has been going on with Brittany Griner. We'll talk more about that and Alex Jones. But in the meantime, I want to make sure that I get out some information to you so that, if you need to contact me about some merchandise or just about sponsorship, hey, hit me up. My email is one nation 2021 ent at gmail.com. You can also go on the YouTube channel and subscribe to One Nation Elise, Elize. You can go on my Facebook, One Nation. You can text or call 404-889-6302. And you can cash app for merchandise as well. And my Cash App and Zelle, I do have Cash App and Zelle because this is the new age. At one day, you can Cash App me at One Nation 2021 ent at gmail.com. That is my Zelle. Or Cash App me at $ One Nation ELIZE 21 as well for merchandise. Or if you want to contact me also for sponsorship. Okay. And speaking of merchandise and sponsorship, I have shirts for sale that's $20 and hoodies that are for sale for $35. Now the fall season's about to come in. I would love for you to purchase you a hoodie. Get you a hoodie before the winter season, for the cold weather set in. You can. It's very comfortable. It's very nice. Matter of fact, I got some people, my wife and children. They've got some as well, and they look very good in it. So here, check them out, and I'll see you back in about 1 minute. If hold on, wrong button. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you when you get out of the loop of things. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right. So once again, that's the information down at the bottom of your screen. If you want to purchase a shirt or a hoodie, there's the information that you need, and we'll gladly send one to you. Now, when just also when you order a shirt or a hoodie, I need you to send me your name, your address, and the size and color that you want, so I can get it to you as soon and as quickly as possible. Okay, so we're here, One Nation, August 8th, the 8th day of the 8th month, and from what I was told, eight is the number of new beginnings. So here we are, 8 months into 2022 on the 8th day of August. I'm telling you, this year is flying past us. This year is going so fast. So um, I hope y'all catching up. I hope y'all woke. Hope y'all cut, like I said on that video I just showed in the beginning. Y'all gotta stay woke out here. But anyway, we're gonna go right into it. So we finally got justice for Breonna Taylor. Let's check out the video real quick and see what they are saying here. And this is actually great. This is a blessing because this is something we've been
Major new
wanting
developments in the
to
deadly
hear.
police shooting of Breonna Taylor in Louisville, Kentucky. The Justice Department today leveling federal charges against 4 current and former officers connected with her death. Among the charges, officers are accused of falsifying documents to obtain the search warrant of her home where she was shot and killed. Then they're accused of lying to cover it up. ABC's Faith Abube reporting tonight from Louisville.
So let me just
More than 2 years after Breonna Taylor was shot.
Let me just comment real quickly because like I said, this thing had been ongoing for about 2 years, and so just for that they did get justice to 4 officers that were charged in this. They falsified documents. They falsified a what do you call it? A warrant, which I don't really understand why that would be necessary to do that. But once again, being black here in America, what reason do you really need? I mean, if you're black, it's on site. So it's really messed up. But that's the reality of the situation. Let's continue on, hear what they have to say.
To death in a botched drug raid. U.S. Attorney General.
So she said, I said a botched drug raid. Okay, so I guess all black people sell drugs. I guess let's keep going.
Merrick Garland today announcing federal charges for 4 current and former.
Okay, so get a good look. These are the 4 officers that have been charged in the case here. Okay, so Meany. Look, at first the guy's name. His name is Meany. Meany. That's kind of funny. Meany, James Goodlet, and Hankinson. Okay, so these are the officers that have been charged in this. Hold on, you probably get here. Let me give you a better look. Okay, so there you go. Those are the 4 right there that have been charged. So let's keep going.
For Louisville Metro Police officers.
The federal charges announced today allege that members of the Place-Based Investigations Unit falsified the affidavit used to obtain the search warrant of Ms. Taylor's home.
Prosecutors say Sergeant Cal Meany and detectives Joshua James and Kelly Goodlet knew the search warrant lacked probable cause, and they say those 2 detectives later conspired to cover up their lies, allegedly meeting in a garage to come up with a false story for investigators.
Now listen, this sounds like something straight out of a movie. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. They do this all the time. It's just so happened they got caught. But think about how many other innocent people have been locked up on phony charges drummed up by the police officers. Look how easy it is. And the thing is, if you got a jury that will go along with it, now the system, the judges, the jury, the police officers, they're all in on it. All you got to do is pay people to keep their mouth quiet, and innocent people go to jail. This happens all the time, but I'm really happy that there was justice for Breonna Taylor. Let's keep going.
We allege that the defendants knew their actions in falsifying the affidavit could create a dangerous situation.
Walk back to my voice!
Prosecutors say the officers who executed the warrant at Taylor's home knew nothing about the false affidavit. And when Taylor's boyfriend mistook police for an intruder, firing a shot from his registered gun in self-defense, officers
Okay, so let me go back a little bit. Now look, what would you do?
in self
They killed the boyfriend because he thought that it was some intruders. Now, what would you do if somebody breaking into your house unannounced? I would pull out. I would have to pull out something to protect my family, especially if y'all coming in and unannounced, and especially if I know I ain't selling no drugs. You know how scary that is? Someone just busting down your door and just kicking in the door, and then on top of that, it's the police. But then they even and I'm sitting here just sleeping in my own house, comfortable, and next thing I know, bam, somebody breaking down my door. I don't know who they are. I don't know who you are, and why are y'all here? I ain't got no drugs in my house. I don't sell drugs. I go to work. Look, this is the type of work she did.
Officers opened fire.
She was for mayor. Looked like she worked for the city. She was an EMT officer. So what was the? So I don't understand. But
killing the 26-year-old EMT. Former officer Brett Hankerson, who was acquitted on state charges for firing into a neighbor's apartment, today charged with excessive force for firing 10 shots through a window and sliding glass door in Taylor's home.
Oh, excessive force. Finally, they holding these police accountable for being excessive. That's one of the charges that also needs to be charged with a lot of these officers here. Excessive force. Excessive force. They're doing too much. 10 shots. It's like I'm still waiting on the verdict for Mr. Walker when they shot him up in Akron, Ohio. Jalen Walker. So I'm gonna keep y'all posted on that one too. But that right there, this is ridiculous. But we got justice though. Justice. I'm happy for her family. I'm happy for the whole family got what they was looking for. This is so great. Let's keep watching.
Breonna Taylor should be alive today.
Yes, she should.
Say her name. Breonna Taylor.
Taylor's death and the murder of George Floyd sparking protests across the country.
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor.
I've waited 874 days for today.
Breonna Taylor's mother calling the charges overdue.
What we've been seeing on day one, y'all learning what we've been seeing was the truth. That they shouldn't have been there and that Breonna didn't deserve that.
With 3 of the officers charged with civil rights violations could face a maximum of life in prison. A 4th officer could spend years behind bars if convicted.
Faith, thank you.
Well, man, that's awesome. So we and it's unfortunate. Prayers up for the Taylor family, Breonna Taylor's family. Of course, it's unfortunate that that had to happen. And just like the guy said, she should be alive today. But as a result of overzealous cops again, trying to doing too much, being overbearing, trying to do their jobs. They say they're so-called trying to do their jobs. Shot 2 innocent people, and now 2 innocent people had to leave this earth because of falsified documents, because they thought they were selling drugs. Messed up, it really is. And this is why police officers, you need to do your homework. You need to I do believe there's some good officers out here, like on this show. I try to hold police officers accountable. There's good ones as well as bad ones, but the ones that are setting a bad example, we need them to be held accountable. And I'm glad that now we're starting to see that, because before this was not happening. There was no accountability, none at all. Police officers was able to do whatever they want to Black people, whenever they want, however they want, and nobody was held accountable for it. People got away with it, but this time we're getting justice. So this is good. So we're looking forward to some more police officers being called into question for their overzealous attacks, for their excessive force. All of that, bring them in, hold them accountable, because now they're going to think twice before they start pulling out guns ready to shoot people. Yes. And and it's unfortunate because these police officers do have families, and they're going to have, now their families are going to have to deal without the men or the women who serve their community. But hey, you are sworn, you sworn to protect, you sworn and promise to protect the community that includes not just your white brethren, but also your black brethren. So, hey, this is life as it is. So, justice for Breonna Taylor. Happy for that. So, just some updates on that. Our second story of the night. Now, I know a lot of you have heard about this. This is in this next segment of our show is called Playing Politics. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard of this lady. This lady is Brittany Griner, and she was sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison. So we're going to take a look at this video, and we're going to do some commenting on it. So just stay tuned here as we bring it up. And so this is why you don't go. You got to be careful when you go into these foreign countries, man, because you just never know what you are dealing with. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Miss Brittany. Brittany.
I understand everything that's being said against me, the charges that are against me, and that is why I pled guilty. But I had no intent to break any Russian laws. I made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here.
Now, real quickly, see, it says the U.S. tried to strike I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says the U.S. Tried to strike a deal to bring her and another imprisoned American home. So right now, she's in Russia. Now, can you imagine being in a foreign country and you can't come home? You were locked up for 9 years. She's locked up for 9 years. But they said right now, they said America is holding a Russian citizen who brought in illegal guns, and he's being detained for 25 years. So I guess Vladimir Putin, because he's been asking for this prisoner back, but America won't do it. So now Vladimir Putin's like, I think this is why I say this is playing politics. Yeah, but some of you who don't know who Vladimir Putin is, he's the president of Russia. So he's playing the politic game. Okay, so you won't give us back our citizens, we're not going to give you back your citizens. And it just so happens that a person who really don't have nothing to do sometimes, see, this is the problem with politics sometimes, is that sometimes people get caught up into people's psychotic, maniacal craziness because it's a power struggle, it's an ego trip. So now you got somebody's life hanging in the balance, two lives hanging in the balance, simply because they're it's about ego, because if you ever did studying back in the 50s and 60s, the Cold War was between Russia and America, which Russia represented communism, and it was and America representing capitalism. So America, it was capitalism versus communism, and back in the day, if you wasn't for capitalism, then you were a communist, pretty much. And so, what does capitalist mean? Capitalist means that anything and everything's for sale, free trade, free economy, entrepreneurship. So you're free to trade, you're free to build businesses, you're free to buy, expand your business. That's what we do here in America. We are capitalists here. Now in Russia, it's different, where it was communism, where the government controlled what you spent and what you bought and what you sold. So they had total control of what you did with your money and how you did. So it was very hard to start a business there. So now there's pros and cons to both types of governments, because if you have a corrupted government, it would be very hard for you to live in a government like that, a communist government, because they control everything you buy and you sell and what you eat and what you drink, versus living in a capitalist society. But the problem, the good part living in a capitalist society is the freedom that you have. You have freedom to buy and to sell and to do what you like to do. But the downside to capitalism is the greed it causes, which causes 15, 16-hour days. So you're working all types of crazy hours trying to dominate and control and to keep up with the Joneses. So it can get very tedious sometimes, because now being in a capitalist society, now you got so many people working more than they are spending time with their families, you know. But this is what it is. And so that was the difference. So it's not that I'm not saying both of them are wrong or right, but I'm just simply explaining to you what communism and what capitalism is, and why this is going. This goes all the way back to the 50s. So this is what this is all about. So that's why I had to break that down. Well, let's keep watching the video. So you see there, that's the prisoner that they have here in America. Let me see, go back and see what his name was. His name is uh Victor Ball or something. He's a Russian arms dealer, so he was over here dealing guns. So I mean, you can't do that. You can't bring guns over here to sell. I mean, so you knew, what risk he was taking. But she all just like he knew what the risk he was doing when the risk he was taking when he brought those illegal guns over here. She brought illegal guns over in Russia, which you can't do that. So you know, just to be ignorant of the law does not escape you from that, does not distract you from, does not what they call be ignorant of the law does not I can't think of that word, but it doesn't excuse you from the law. To be ignorant of the law does not excuse you from the law. So he's serving a 25-year prison sentence. Okay, so she had vape cartridges containing cannabis oil, which is pretty much marijuana. So she had marijuana oil. Now, over here, that's harmless, but over here in America, cannabis oil is harmless. There's actually people who sell that stuff here. But over there, you cannot take that stuff over there. That's why if you ever travel, please make sure you know the laws and the customs before you travel to any country. If you like to travel abroad, know the laws and customs, because if you don't know the laws and customs, you can find yourself in a prison cell and not coming home that day. So
I want to apologize to my teammates, my club, Genka, the fans, and the city of DCAT for my mistake that I made and the embarrassment that I brought onto them.
So this is unfortunate for her. So she's going to be spending the next 9 years of her life. That means, and she was actually a WNBA player. She was a WNBA basketball star. So that's equivalent to her profession. That's equivalent of like LeBron James going over to that country and getting locked up. This is big. This is really big. And yeah, she really is tall. I said she's tall. Yeah, she's really tall. She's a WNBA basketball player. So this is really a big deal because she's considered over here a celebrity, and if she can't get out of that situation, her basketball career is pretty much over. So they're trying to work out a deal now with Russia, but they're saying they want 2 prisoners and for her. So they're going to. I hope they work things out where she can get home. We're praying that she does get home because I don't care how bad the situation is. To the well, I want to say let me say this. I'm not advocating drug dealing and drug use, but what I am saying is that I think the punishment was just a little excessive for the crime. So they should be allowed to her to come home. And someone said they believe because of her status. I hope so. But once again, It's the politics. See, and see that's why I said this is playing politics, because it's about trying whose muscles bigger. America versus Russia. This goes all the way back to the 50s, the Cold War. So and see, you have to understand, Russia has always been a threat to America, and America has always been a threat to Russia. These two countries have always kind of been side-eyed to each other. It's like they have respect for each other, but at the same time, it's like you never been somewhere and you see somebody and you size them up, and like, okay, I know I'm a little scared of you. I respect you, you know what I mean, but I think I can beat you. But y'all looking at each other, y'all just keep sizing each other up because y'all know, like, I got guns, you got guns. I got knives, we got knives. So everybody got the same. It's like America got nuclear weapons, Russia got nuclear weapons. So it's like, okay, y'all ain't gonna come, like Russia's like, y'all ain't gonna come over here, America, and intimidate us. Y'all go and intimidate everybody else. Y'all go and bully the whole block, but you ain't coming down here on my block with that. And that's how Russia is. Russia's like, especially Vladimir Putin. President Putin's like, yeah, you ain't punking me. Um, you can threaten me all you want, but try it if you want to. Pull up because we got something for you. And that's basically how Russia rolls. And so that's why America don't really try to mess with Russia like that. They call their bluff because Russia is like they bout it, and they will pull. If you pull up on them, they will. They got something for you. So, and I'm not trying to, like, this is America. I'm an American here, but at the same time, I'm just keeping it 100. So y'all got and this is, what I'm saying, that's why you got to pay attention to what's going on in world politics. That's why I'm trying to talk to you about, things other than just local justice. Remember, this is a social awareness show. This is a social awareness podcast. So I'm just trying to let you know what's going on in America and going on in the world abroad, which includes America. So this is stuff that you should know. You know what I mean? And this is what I mean, but that's why I showed in the beginning a wake up. Because you should know what's going on in the world around you. You should be socially aware. Social awareness. This is what this show's about. That's what I'm preaching on this show. As well as, like I said, I'm from a Christian perspective, from a kingdom perspective, but it's still, the Bible says my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. So it's not even it's not even a religious situation. It's just letting you know, hey, this is what's going on. Here's some information. Here's some knowledge, understanding, wisdom, and all that. Getting understanding. Don't just let people just tell you anything and you just sit there like a sponge without investigating. Do some investigative researching. I try to keep my ear to the streets. I try to make sure I check stuff out. You know what I mean? I try to read up on stuff before I just put it out there. Now, I'm not saying if I'm 100%, I might not be 100% correct, but correct me if I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, then hold me accountable. Hold me accountable for the information that I put out there, because I'm always open for learning. I'm not going to sit there and act like I know everything, because I don't know everything. So if there's something I said wrong or information I put out wrong, then hold me accountable for it, which leads us to our next story. So this is what happens when you don't put out information and the wrong information, and you don't really fact check what you're saying. And now, I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. His name is Alex Jones. All right, his name is Alex Jones, and and I want y'all to check it out. He's a podcaster. He has, also, and he has an internet show called, I believe, what's that called? Infowars. And so what happened is, in this particular story, he just got sued for $46 million, okay, for defamation of, and I don't know if some of you are familiar with the Sandy Hook trial, the Sandy Hook shooting that happened in the school shooting. Well, he was allegedly saying that it was a hoax. It was a hoax. It was fake. It wasn't real. So now these parents was like, oh no, we got proof that it was real. So now he has to pay for what he did. He put all this information out there, false information, and now he's being held accountable. He's being held accountable for the information he put out there instead of fact checking. So see, this is important. And let me tell you something else. That's why it's good to keep your mouth off people. Like, that's why if you don't know what you're talking about, be quiet. just be quiet. Don't say nothing. There's an old saying: if you don't got nothing good to say, don't say, don't say it at all. But I'm gonna play this little clip right here. This is Alex Jones from Info, and he's actually in court right now. This is the defamation trial. You can actually check it out on Law and Crime. Just you can watch the whole trial if you want to. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but here, we'll check it out here.
Alex, would you please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
I'm Alex Jones.
How are you feeling today, Alex?
I actually feel good because I get a chance to, for the first time, say what's really going on instead of the corporate media and high-powered law firms manipulating what I actually did.
I want to start by kind of letting the jury know a little bit about your youth and where you grew up so they can get to know you better. Is that okay?
Okay. And you know, before we do that, I just do want to say this on record because I've said it many times. I apologize to both.
Sustained. So, Mr. Jones, one of the instructions I just gave you is that this is not a conversation. Question and answer.
So she got the monologue, but not me. I got it.
And so you have to only answer questions that are asked of you. Mr. Reynal will ask you, I'm certain, all the questions you want, but you have to wait for the question. You may proceed.
Mr. Jones, have you been wanting to apologize to the plaintiffs in this case for a long time?
Yes.
And what would you like to say to them?
That I never intentionally tried to hurt you. I never even said your name until this case came to court. I didn't even really know who you were until a couple years ago when all this started up.
See right there? Now, see, this is why you got to know. You got to see when you put information out. And so he was going hard on it, saying that, oh, it was a hoax, it was fake, it was fake. But now he included people. So he included people he didn't even know who they were. He didn't even know their names. And now these people that he said that he thought that it was fake, it was a hoax, it was phony. Now they are suing him for defamation, which is false information. This is, and now he gonna go broke because of this. I think he already started claiming bankruptcy, but I gotta make sure of that. But shoot, if someone sued me for about $46 million, yeah, I think I have to claim bankruptcy also because that's your livelihood. Now, Alex Jones has been in the podcast internet show for a long time, so I'm sure he was pulling. He was around some real well-known politicians. He's the one that exposed the secret societies that was going on here in America. So he's a real investigative journalist. So I would watch him from time to time. I respected his work. But here, in this situation, you kind of had to distance yourself from this because now, you know what I mean? And see, this is where you got to be careful when you want to do shock value, shock news. You're just doing stuff for shock value because that's why I don't get on here for likes. Because if I do this for likes, then I'm gonna start posting stuff that just make people feel good or make people or just give people what they want to hear. And you don't just tell people when they want to tell people what they want to hear. You got to tell them the truth. You got to be real. So give them the real information. And sometimes people don't want to hear that. Some people like sensationalism. That's why sensationalism journalism journalism is very dangerous because and take note of this for whenever you post information or put out information, make sure that you fact check it because now you might be like this guy, Mr. Jones, Alex Jones, at a trial being sued for defamation of character and have to pay out some millions of dollars. And he's a target because he probably is pulling in millions of dollars because of the people he knows and the people he's sponsored to and all that. So and you know how that goes. You know what I mean? Once they find out you in some trouble, them sponsors pull that money real quick. They pull out real quick. They distance themselves because they don't want nothing to do with that because anything attached to that means they might have to come out their pocket as well. So like I said, this is like, another situation where you have to know what's going on around you, And so for further information, go to that Law and Crime channel and watch some more of that. I'm not going to show that whole thing. I don't think it really had the time. I don't think that's necessary. So, like I said, this is, the tides of the times. This is the tides of the times. This is what my show was all about, just going over the different things and giving you information and understanding that, hey, this is life as we know it. This is life as we know it. Life here in America, life in the last times, in the last and evil days, and as a Christian, I'm well aware um, that we don't have much time left. I honestly believe, like, on this earth, there's so much stuff going on in this world. There's so much catastrophe. There's so much, you know, phoniness and fakeness that's going on. I mean, people just do what they want to do, man. Like, nobody has no respect for each other no more. Nobody has any love each no love no more for their brother. So there has to be what's the word I like to use? Accountability. We have to start holding people accountable for the foolishness that they do. And see, and this is what happens. Look, if you look at how the show went today, uh, when we talked about Breonna Taylor and the police officers, and how the police officers are being held accountable. And then in the next one, where the WNBA star. Now, even though it's politics, but there's still a level of accountability because of ignorance. And then even with the last thing I just saw with Mr. Jones, accountability. You got to hold people accountable. So, because what does hold people accountable do? Hold people accountable makes them better as a person. It makes them see them for who they really are. And if they're smart, they change. And what does accountability mean? Accountability means it's the fact or condition of being accountable and responsibility. So if you're wrong, just say you're wrong. If you messed up, just say my bad. Just say I'm sorry. Don't keep trying to keep the lie up. Don't keep being fake about it and phony about it. Just say, hey, you know what? I messed up. I was wrong. I want to fix it. And so I like people who do that. I know I challenge myself. I got to hold myself accountable sometimes, because sometimes that's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to say sorry. Sometimes it's hard just to say sorry because of our pride. Our pride won't just let us just break down. So, man, I was sorry. I was wrong for that. That was wrong. But pride won't let you do that. Pride won't let you do that. And you know what happens? You get caught up with the tide of the times. You get caught up with the tide of the ocean, and you get swept away because of the pride of life. So pride is a tide. Tide is something that sweeps you away. Pride sweeps you away. It sweeps you away in the current, and you get lost out on the ocean. And then nobody can't find you because you let your pride take you away with the tide. And that's funny how those two rhyme. Pride and tide. Pride and tide. Pride. And that's what we have to get rid of. If we're going to make society a better place, if we're going to make our society a realer place, we got to get rid of our pride, and we got to be real with one another, and we got to love one another, and we got to support one another. And that's why I put these shows out. I'm not putting them out for likes. I'm not putting them out for it to be popular, because most of the stuff I'm saying ain't popular anyway. Don't nobody want to hear what I got to say. Don't nobody want to really hear. It's because it's wholesome, or it's good. It's not sensationalism. It's not sensual. I'm not here to sensualize you. I'm here to edify you. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to build you up. I'm here to edify you. I'm here to give you knowledge and information. And that's why I put it out there. And guess what? The power of social media is that if you don't like what I'm saying, guess what? You can click and scroll and keep on going. Matter of fact, you can even leave a comment and say I don't like it, and you can put a dislike. See, that's the power of social media. You can do what you want to do. And just like you can ignore me and turn me off and be rude, I can do the same thing and ignore you. But I don't really, that don't bother me because I'm not on here for that. So even if I don't get 100, like I would like to, yes, I'm gonna still encourage you to like, comment, share, and subscribe because I want you to get the message out. But even if you don't, it's for who it's for, and I feel like I'm doing my job. You ever get letters in the mail and you receive those letters? Do you everybody open up every piece of mail? Some people look at their mail and don't open up and throw it away. And I gotta be careful sometimes because you might throw away a piece of mail that has a check in it. That's for somebody. That's for somebody out there. That's an inside joke for somebody. Now, not that I would do that. I wouldn't throw away a piece of mail with a check in it. If I see a piece of mail with a check in it, I'm going to make sure make sure I'm gonna investigate it. But you got some people that you give information to, a knowledge worth of information, and they throw it away. They throw it away. So, so, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's my wife, y'all. She said, "I enjoy your show. It's very informative." Thank you, and thank you. She, you know what? And while I'm on here, you know, she's one of my biggest supporters. Let me take this time before I close out the show to give honor to my wife, who I love very much. And you see a lot of her pictures on my Facebook page and my posts and stuff. But I want to take the time to say I love her very much and I appreciate her and I thank her because she just she's been supporting this show from day one. She really has. She's been supporting this show from day one. And I hope she don't get mad at me, but I'll try to, let's see here if I can get a picture of her. Oh no, I can't use that picture. But anyway, she has been supporting me from day one. She has been here for me, and I appreciate her. I appreciate her so much. She need to send me a picture. Once she send me, let me see if if I can find a picture of her. If I know she watching, let me see if I can find a good picture of her because I want y'all to see what I look at every day, what I wake up to every day, the beautiful face I wake up to. Now you can admire, but don't look too long. You can admire, but don't look too long. Why don't we just use this picture right here? This is the one we'll use. We'll use this one right here. That's a perfect one. Let me find it here. I'm still learning how to use this here. Oh, there it is. And of course, it won't let me do it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it won't let me do it. But anyway, I'll have a picture for her. I'll have a picture of her next time, so you know who she is and what she looks like. Because and y'all actually see her. She's on the when you see her on the video for the commercials. So yeah, so that's her right there. But and she was on the show. She's on the show with me sometime. But I just wanted y'all to just enjoy her like I do. So anyway, we come to another end of a show. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you were able to. Oh, there she is. Okay, I figured it out. Yeah, there she is. There she is. That's her right. That's me and her right there. That's me and her at our wedding. That's our wedding day. So yes, that's her. Thank you, wife, for being there and being a good support. It's important. And the fellas, let me explain this to you, fellas. Let me explain it to you. If you want your marriage to endure, if you want your marriage to keep going, and you want it to continue, make sure that you show love to your wife. Because trust me, there are a lot of other men out there waiting in the wings Waiting for an opportunity that if you ain't doing your job, they're right there waiting, talking about, oh, I can love your wife too. Yeah, I bet they could. And so, but guess what? Ain't nobody going to outlove my wife. The only person that loves my wife more than me is God. And that's the way it should be. And yes, we are approaching 1 year. So yeah, we're gonna so y'all keep in mind, I got a special show coming up too. And now that gives me an idea, a 1 year anniversary show. So now spoiler alert, 1 year anniversary show come up. And also I got another special surprise, a special guest who's going to be coming on in a couple weeks. I just talked to him, and I'll give you this much, that it's his birthday. It'll be his birthday. So, oh, let me get that off the screen. I don't want y'all looking at my personal information. So anyway, I'm so excited and so glad to be on this show. I'm gonna be 2 years in. This One Nation is officially 2 years old, a little over 2 years old. I've been doing this show for 2 years now, on and off, and y'all keep supporting it. Y'all keep going on. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you stick with me. Make sure you stay with me. I love each and every one of y'all. And till next time. Oh, and before we break out, let me give you the information one more time. You can email me at one nation 2021ent@gmail.com. On my YouTube channel, go to One Nation ELIZE. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel and also my Facebook page. Please go to either one of those. Also, you can call or text me at 404-889-6302. You can cash at me for merchandise, and also go to One Nation ELIZE 21. That's my cash app $, for shirts and for hoodies. $20 for the shirts, $35 for $20 for the shirts, and $35 for the hoodie. Sorry about that. My mind is kind of jumbled. And you can cash at me. I got Zelle and I got Cash App. So for those of you who like Cash App, $One Nation ELIZE 21, and Zelle for those of you who use Zelle, One Nation 2021 ENT@gmail.com. That's my email. It's at the bottom of your screen. When you purchase a shirt, make sure you send me your name, your size, your address, and your color, so I can get it to you as soon as possible. And someone said, congratulations. Yes, congratulations is in order for 2 years here at One Nation. And thank you, wife, for being there every step of the way. Shout out to my kids, Stephen, Joel, Christiana, Juliana, and Marcus, and Trayon. Shout out to each and every one of them. We'll be back very soon to do some more social justice, social awareness. I love y'all very much. Y'all stay tuned. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Y'all love to live to love. Remember, Jesus is Lord, and I love you. Be blessed. You know what? P.S. One more thing before I sign off. Shout out to Numari, aka Majesty. All right, till next time. Peace.